Hey everybody, welcome back to Veteranbassin. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and click that little notification bell so you can get all the new content. So, I have been asked about rod selection. You know, what type of rod to use, you know what I'm saying, for just starting out fishing. Well, there's two answers to that question. There's the simple answer, and then there's going down the rabbit hole where it's more technique specific. So I'm going to cover both of those. So get your pen and paper. You know who you are. Get your pen and paper, and let's get to it. So, rod selections if you're just trying to learn how to fish. What do you do? What's the length? What's the action? How's the power? Where do you start? The simple answer would be for the people who are new and they're not trying to, get real specific as far as technique go, and they just want to get out there, throw a bait, wind it back or whatsoever, then here's the simple answer to that. Get you a 7-foot medium heavy with a fast action tip. Your reel, I would go with anywhere between a 6.4 to 1 to a 7.3 to 1 gear ratio. That will actually get you through pretty much about anything that you're trying to do. Now, for the people out there that want to dive down this rabbit hole, here we go. Do you got your pen and paper ready? This is going to be quick. So, there are different techniques that you can use, and there are different rods that are specifically for each technique. We're going to start off. I'm sliding in the chair. Let me put my foot up. We're going to start off with our heavy and extra heavy rods. We're going to start off there. As a matter of fact, I have a heavy rod here. This is a 7.2 heavy. This is the Defender series from Favorite. A lot of y'all know, well, the video ain't out yet, but I lost the rod when I fell in the water a few weeks ago, and I was researching on what rod that I want to get. So I decided this. It's got the red, white, and blue. Kind of goes with my channel, being that I'm a vet. So 7.2 heavy, fast action. 7.3. What is that? 7.3. Where'd it go? I wanted to make sure about that. Yeah. 7.3 to 1 gear ratio. This is going to be actually my jig rod, and I'm going to be using it for punching and flipping also. Not the thickest of nasty, but it will be some thick stuff nonetheless. Now, with this rod, which is a heavy, and then you have the extra heavy, you use those again for pitching, flipping, jigging. You can use it for jigging, and swim baits, those big heavy swim baits. Those are what those rods are used for. I'm not going to talk about line selection because one, that is a whole nother video, and two, I said this was going to be a fast video, so I'm going to try to keep that, keep my promise with that. So those are the heavy. It's got enough backbone, but it's got a fast and soft enough tip to feel the bite. And put those up. The next thing I'm going to go with is, well, like I've already said, those are your medium heavies. Your 7-foot medium heavies, 7.2 whatsoever. Now, the medium heavy, you can actually go longer with a medium heavy, but unless, you know what I'm saying, you are going into technique specific, I would stay with a 7-foot. You know what I'm saying? That'll cover a wide range, and it helps you to be a little bit more accurate with your cast. Ooh. Now we're going down to medium action. Now the medium action can come into medium moderate, medium light. Okay. Now with the medium action rods, I generally use those for my finesse rods, and that would be my 7 foot to 7. I would say about 7.3, 7.4 medium moderate action. Those would be the techniques specifically I would use for my drop shots, shaky heads, and wacky rigs. I would use those for that. I do not know what's going on with me. My sinuses are acting up. I apologize to y'all for that. Now, reel selection, I mostly throw those on spinning combos. Spinning combos. If you think that you are too good to throw a spinning combo, stop. Stop. Spinning combos have a time and place, especially when it comes to finesse. Now, let's talk about the lures that you can use for each one. Like I've already said, with the heavy and extra heavies, you know what I'm saying, you have your swim bait, your jigs, frogs. Those are the main three that I use them for. Now these are for people who never really fished and they want to get out here and they want to dive down the rabbit hole and try to learn something new. For your medium heavy, I would throw also frog, drag a soft plastic. You can also use a jig. You can crank with it. You can use a jerk bait, but understand you're gonna have, if you're gonna use a jerk bait with a 7 foot medium heavy rod, I really wouldn't, but if you're going to, understand the rod is heavy and you will have some arm strength by the time you're done with working the rod. What else? You can use it to throw swim baits, pretty much small swim baits, not the large ones for the heavy, but pretty much anything under the sun, you can use that for the 7 foot medium heavy. Now, in bait casting terms, I use a 7 foot medium moderate action rod, and that is for my crankbait. That is strictly for crankbait. And with that, I love a parabolic bend. Parabolic bend is, let me see if I can show you with this rod and get this tip in here. Okay, this would be the center of the rod. This is the front. You see how the bend starts way up top? No. Parabolic bend is the bend actually starts kind of in the middle, and that helps you to keep the fish pinned. I just got you. I don't need you to be breaking. But that in itself is selecting a rod. That is the short and sweet of it. There are rods that are all around rods. And speaking of all around rods, Guggen, you guys are coming up. I will be getting some of y'all rods just to test them out and see how they are. You know, I'll probably do a review on them. But the one thing I would like the Guggen squad to do is, yes, you made rods. Now, let's make some reels. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting y'all on task for that. I am. Yeah, I got to see it. And I got to see what kind of quality you make in a reel. So, there's an idea for you guys. But in any case with that, that's rods in a nutshell. And if you like what you heard, or you learned something, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, hit the like, and we'll see you out on the water.